Hello everybody, Heathen on Wheels here. This is my 1500 mile review of the Ruroc Atlas 2.0. I hope you enjoy. So keep in tune on the channel and you'll see my 1100 mile trip we took, most of it anyway. The Ruroc performed pretty good. I did have a problem with the motor rod mount I had on it, so hopefully I fixed that issue. It did fall off after we reached the Maritime Museum, which was fortunate because I was off the bike and I'm checking my stuff out, and next thing I know, the mount just popped right off. It's been good so far. So hopefully I got it remounted nice. I think it was my mounting that I had there before that was the problem. So I got the Riot Ranger. And like I said in my first impression video, I got it just in time for everything. I basically ordered one day in July, it shipped the next few days later, and about a week later it was at my door. So we'll start with the motor rod mount. I actually super glued the 3M tape onto the mount itself, and then I actually made sure it was formed this time to the helmet. It doesn't block the venting so bad as I thought it would, but you don't get as much airflow when you got the camera on. So I had the pen lock in the tinted visor, or the pad pen lock. It's the inner screen that goes in so your helmet doesn't fog. This is the first carbon fiber helmet I've owned with any kind of technology like this. So I'm used to basically normal helmets, polyurethane I think they are. So after the mount fell off, I was able to ride 400 plus miles with it without any kind of weight to the helmet at all, just the natural weight of the helmet. And my neck was barely fatigued. I mean, this thing was just completely awesome. I love the pen lock and everything, or the fiddle lock. This thing down here. This has been one of the easiest systems that I have found just to use. Only problem I found with it is the facial hair will get trapped in it. So if you got one of these, just be warned. I usually keep it tied up, but during the trip, you just keep going and going and going, so you don't tie anything up. You just pop your helmet on your head if you wear one and go. So I guess the bad that I found with the helmet is, at first the cheek pads were extremely tight, but that's because they're emergency pads. But what I noticed is after a while, depending on how you put this thing on, you will actually push these pads up into the helmet some more, and they will come unhooked. Same along with the helmet lining. Now, I'm not sure if this is natural. I tried putting it back into a slot. It looks like it fits in, but it actually keeps coming back out. So my advice to Ruroc, if they see this video, is to actually work on your lining and your padding. I understand you're doing things to keep them light, but maybe a few ounces to actually get a secure system in here when it hurt. I have not stickered this helmet at all. I have kept it pretty clean. The visor change out, once you get used to it, is quite easy. It's quite nice. Switch out to clear or whatever visor you have in minutes. Like I said, the helmet is extremely light. It is extremely noisy. I'm actually impressed with the motovlog quality you can get out of one of these helmets. You know, you're thinking noisy helmet, you're thinking noisy motovlog, and that's not the case at all. I mean, you got a little noise, but not as much. All in all, if I had to buy another one, I think I would. It is extremely, like I said, cold mornings, get ready for the air. It's cold. There's no two ways about it. I did get stuck in a massive rainstorm with this thing, and I did notice some water here. I don't know if it got in under the seal or came in through the top, or maybe it just came in through the vents. I hear that's the major complaint. From what I know, it's a carbon fiber helmet. It's meant for airflow. if you get one of these, that's going to be the case. There are some inconveniences you're going to have to put up with. Besides the liner, that is the only thing I guess I could really complain about so far. And I've got over 1,500 miles on it. And what I meant by it's unheard of is, like I said, usually when I get a new piece of gear, it takes me until next year to actually do any kind of review on it, because I get it at the end of the year when money suddenly is good and I'm not putting money into everything, or I'm saving up money to put parts into something. This year, despite everything, has been pretty good to me. Tomorrow I plan on doing it right up north. I'm going to be doing some filming there, and of course this is going with me, because that's the whole point. I had to remount my mic in here because I did a test run today and it was pretty bad. So when I go home, I'm going to have to situate that a little better. The visor seems to hold up pretty well, deflecting anything coming at it. I got hit by rocks, bugs, everything. It's pretty resistant to scratching. There's barely any kind of nick or dent in this thing. You do hear everything with this helmet, despite how noisy it actually is. Like, I could hear the bikes in front of me, I could hear things rattling, I could hear the heat shields, I could hear stuff on my bike rattling. And we actually remedied this when I got back. So it does raise your awareness, and it is nice just to have that visor, especially a dark tinted visor, because you can wear sunglasses easy with it. You have to take them on and off. The dark visor, I suggest you get it because there is no sunshade down, and it just makes life a lot easier. Now, the pain in the ass about that is you get stuck in a massive rainstorm like I did. You got the tinted visor on. Adds a bit of danger to it. We got stuck on Duluth Bridge coming back across. My GoPro was dead at the time, so I couldn't, record it. But it was dark. I couldn't see a damn thing. And everyone's go, 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 so you can't really, stop and pop your visor on the middle of a bridge. I mean, you could, but I had the chase truck behind me. And, yeah, that was kind of the major thing. So, if you look here, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a few scratches and things from stuff flying off. The helmet itself seems to deflect water nicely, a little too well sometimes. I've had cases where the water's actually set on the visor, so it's like gotta wipe it off. Cleans the visor up nice though. So it just tells me I think this helmet is very aerodynamically sound, and like I said, it's just really light. It's a good investment if you like to ride with a light helmet on. People weren't understanding why I was wearing a helmet in 80-degree humid weather. I told them, it's really light, it's got a lot of airflow. It performed extremely well. Like I said, Ruroc, they just need to work on their headlining and cheek pads, I think, and they'd have a pretty good setup here. All in all, if I had to buy another one, I would. You can't complain, even though the wait time is horrendous. I'm hoping through the winter to maybe get a shockwave. I'm not sure yet. I'm looking at a fairing for the bike that has audio in it, so probably not. I'm waiting for the communication system to come out because I want to try that too. But yeah, it's got to be about a 9 out of 10 in my book, maybe an 8. When you first get it, putting it on is extremely hard, and taking it off is extremely hard because everything is so tight. But after you break it in, it's not so bad. I mean, you can see this now that these are pretty well worn in. The chin curtain, I haven't had any problems with that, and I usually rip these things right out when I get them. But anyways, yeah, this has been a pretty good helmet so far. I can't complain about it. I think that's going to be it for this 1,500 mile review. We'll probably do a 10,000 mile review every so often, I guess, whenever we get there. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. I'll bring you more gear reviews. We're going to start the winter build sometime here in the next few months. I think it's going to be an early cold winter because things are already starting to change here, and it's only mid-August. It's been extremely cold some days. Other days it's been sweltering. But I can see where everything's starting to die off. Nothing's green, or as green as it was. And yeah, I'm anxious to get the build started. I have big plans for this thing this year. My Dyna. I don't think you can see it in the back. I always try to make my videos interesting. That's why we're not sitting at the picnic table today. I'm actually sitting on a rock in the middle of a park. But if there's anything you guys would like to see done, please let me know, and maybe we'll do it. Maybe I'll get a piece of gear that you want reviewing. I like to try to review a lot of the off-brand stuff anymore, because you don't find any. You find the more popular items up front, and that's what makes a lot of people's YouTube channels. I'm trying to distinguish myself to the point where I'm not imitating somebody else, basically. And yeah, I'll get some stuff that's pretty mainstream too. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this 1500 mile review. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Heathen on Wheels Motovlogging. I have a blog up that's going to be in the description below. I have a Facebook page, reluctantly. I have an Instagram, that's all in there. And I'm hoping to get Rado's Iron Horse up and going, and eventually start building bikes eventually. I'd much rather have a permanent place than a storage unit to do that, because I'm basic with welding and fabrication, and I want to get better at it to do that. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Stay heathen.